to bring Dani Adams, the Frederick County Builder.
Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown town streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host, Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host, Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. City's so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so lively, gotta make it mine. From downtown streets to the Carroll Creek view, there's something special here, you feel it too. Your host, Dani, here to guide the way with a big smile. She brightens up your day, fills up your day. Good morning, Frederick, rise and shine. A city so.
My name is Alessia. I'm watching my Aunt Dani at Good Morning Frederick, and I love her.
Oh, goodness gracious. What the heck is that? Okay, I did a little quick tutorial on these newfangled things happening on my streaming platform. Obviously didn't get it right. Kicked off the show, starting part of an interview, and I'm not there when it comes back. I don't have any idea. I'm going to have to this weekend just sit down and figure this thing out. I can't go back to not having it. I wish I could just delete it because, muscle memory. Anyway, good morning, Frederick. Today is Thursday, March 13th. I'm your host, Dani Gurry. We're going to see, it is all play it by ear. I just, I don't know why it's so difficult. In the description, I forgot to put one of the things happening today. So this is correct. We've got Bob Miller from WFMD's Morning News Express with local Frederick news, weather, and sports. I'm going to highlight some of the events happening over the next week or so. I've got Terri and Rhonda from Lifting the Veil podcast. They are local mediums and psychics. They do paranormal things. Very interesting. And they're local right here to Frederick. And then I interviewed Dani Adams. And we're talking the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo. And there's actually also a job fair on Saturday from 1 to 4 p.m. So that is something she told me yesterday. And got to make sure people know. If you're looking for a job in the building industry, I'm assuming it is most of the building trades industry that are going to be represented there. But if you know somebody looking for a job, they're going to have people who are hiring. And to be honest, they probably have people from all sorts of industries there to help our local people look for work. Want to say good morning to Tara Flannery. Happy Thursday. Had a good time last night at our cocktails and conversations. Our very intimate. I love the group. First Wednesday of every month, we do a little networking and we have pizza. Last night, there was a DJ just playing some really good music in the background. And you really get an opportunity to spend time with people and get to know them. Want to say good morning to Mama Cone. She is off to South Carolina today. or late this evening. So we will always say a prayer for you, Mama Cone. Don't you worry. All right. Wags for Hope is our charity of the month. Buy the Good Morning Frederick merch, and Wags for Hope gets the help. And, we want to try to help out as much as we can. Again, I don't know what is happening with this system. Typically, I'm not a big screen like this. So here we go. There we go. I don't know if I like seeing myself that up close. Anyway, it is Thursday. Let's go ahead and get it started. Thank you to our show sponsor, Rita's Italian Ice and Frozen Custard of Frederick, open daily from noon to 9 p.m. You can try a hot coffee, hot pretzel, or iced coffee. Goodness, it's a great day. Or how about Reese's Concretes? That's right. Well, if you can't get to Rita's, they can come to you. You can order on Grubhub, DoorDash, and Uber Eats as well. Rita's also has a mobile unit available to come to an event, or they can cater. March 20th. Is the first day of spring, and it's Ice Giveaway Day. No reason not to have Rita's, 538 West South Street. All right, Bob Miller's in the studio. Let's get that started. Okay. All right. We're doing good. Okay. I have no idea how I've messed this system up so badly. Anyway, Auto Trim Design of Maryland. I will get this all sorted out. But if you're looking for extra stuff to put on your car, your vehicle, like the Good Morning Frederick vehicle, then you need to reach out to them. I'm going to get this all sorted. But we're just going to bring Bob in because, goodness gracious, I'm having a rough morning.
I get you. I understand. But I saw, the car spinning around, and I saw the Auto Trim Design. And I was thinking to myself, you know what? I would advertise. I would let somebody wrap my vehicle and advertise it for, certain cost.
Yeah.
I'd do that. I would do that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
The only problem with that is I am supposed to be on screen at the same time telling you all the great things Auto Trim Design does, like the 3M tinting and customized seats you can get done and all the aftermarket things. But, anytime a program that you use all the time makes some changes.
Oh, yeah.
And the change, you can't not do the changes and keep it the way you want to keep it. You're forced into using this new thing and you don't understand it. Although everyone I see online talk about it say, oh, it's a game changer. Well, it certainly has changed my game, but not for the better. So I don't know.
Yeah, I might maybe told you. I'll make a really long story short. We used to help do the IT stuff at the radio station, and they were doing an upgrade to at that time it was the Prophet. It's not the next gen now. And they were like, okay, they wanted to do it on a Friday afternoon at 5:00. And I'm like, okay, I work mornings, but sure, why not? So we came in, we did the upgrade, and this is how old it was. Linda West was on the air. That's how old this was. All right. So for those of you, she did the country station 99.9 WFRE afternoon drive. And all of a sudden she goes, why is my system telling me in 5 minutes it's shutting down? And and I mean, everything shut down. All the computer systems that ran the radio stations shut down. I'm on the phone and I go to level tech 1, level tech 2, level tech 3. And by, I don't know, this is like around 11:30 at night by now, right? We're trying to figure this out. And I got guys in my computer. We'll figure it out. And I'm like, why don't we just go back to the old version? I knew that one worked. Oh, no, don't worry about it. This is they're clapping and typing. And finally, They got the guy who wrote the program, who lived in Ogallala, Nebraska, and which I have been to do training on these computers. And they called him up, and I'm on the phone with him, right? 11:30 at night, and he goes, just go back to the old version. And I'm like, I told him that 4 hours ago. But, they just, that's, and it's always that upgrade is always bigger and better. And it's just really
supposed to be. Yeah, it's supposed to be.
Right?
I'm going to have to spend this weekend trying to figure out how wonderful these scenes are and set them all up, which will make me have to redo everything I've been doing. So,
well, you do a great job. I mean, it's a great podcast. You got the vision. I could never do what you're doing. I've tried. It's not something that I know how to do, nor do I really think at my advanced age. I don't know if I want to. So there you go. Hey, real quick. Great news today. Today is my wife's last official day as a working person. Today she has retired.
Congratulations.
Yeah.
Gosh, most people can't do that till they're like 75. So good for her.
Well, I mean, she's retiring doesn't mean she's going to have to not go back to work. But right now, fingers crossed, the markets were 2 out of 3 today. So she, hopefully we got to get that and figure out why she can't lose like 60 grand in 3 days, in the 401k. But so she's been working since she was 14 years old. And she is now 60.
Yeah. And older than that, just a little bit older than that.
But, it was interesting. I was telling Chris the reason why, and you might understand this. Back in the day, she wanted a pair, and I don't know if they were Jordache or something else, some fancy kind of blue jeans, right? Well, her mom and dad were just hardworking people, and these jeans at that time were like $40.
Mm-hmm.
Now we're talking, late 70s, maybe probably even late 70s. And they said, we can't afford those. If you want them, go get a job. And guess what? She got a job and has been working ever since. So, and they don't even know if I asked her if she ever got the jeans.
She probably realized when she worked hard for the money, it wasn't worth it.
Right. Yeah. Oh, real quick, I'll tell you another jean story. You remember Players? Did you ever go to Players when you were younger?
Yes.
All right.
Yes.
So Players had a dress code, remember? And they did. I walked into Players. This was like right after it opened, I think. And I was a big Lucas McCain's guy, and that building's all being torn down now, which is sad.
It is.
But I walked in, and they wouldn't let me in because I had a pair of Lee Riders on. And I'm like, but I just bought these pants at Southern States this week. And so they would not let.
We're on the no entry list.
Not on the no entry list from Southern States. And I'm like, okay.
I love it. I love that you bought your clothing at Southern States. That's great.
So, I'm just like, hey, well, fine. I'll go someplace else and I'll have So there you go.
Boo, Players.
Right. Yeah, you fancy schmancy bar with your dancing disco and stuff like that.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I also remember, I think it was 25-cent beer nights there, too. Not so fancy schmancy, but,
Yeah.
Oh, Lord.
Well, I don't know where Chris is, so maybe did he tell you he wasn't showing up today?
He did. Oh, I thought you were on the text, too. I guess you didn't get it.
Oh, well, I thought, I didn't know he was like, oh, well, okay, whatever.
Not today or tomorrow. So.
Oh. I think he'll be here tomorrow.
He said no. He said, I'll see you Tuesday.
Okay, well, all right. Well, yeah, I think he has to go right after work. He's leaving right after work.
He'll be on the radio tomorrow morning, but not here, so.
So we had a good discussion, kind of the news. There's not a whole lot of news. There is news going on out there, and we'll get to some of that. But we had a discussion about the Fire Academy, closing. We're going to have Tom Coe on coming up in the next day or two to talk about this closing. And we kind of got into a discussion on whether or not the training there, does it have to happen there? And I was like, look, we don't know, when you're looking at numbers, and that's what we were doing. We were looking at numbers. Numbers don't have feelings. You don't put numbers when you're a number cruncher. You don't see the people that it affects, and it affects a lot of people here. We are kind of in a unique position with a lot of people, maybe from Virginia as well, where we are bedroom communities of the federal government, and so a lot of people are being affected, and so it hurts.
Yeah.
And I said, well, it's nothing like when I got told, that we were having our second child, and 10 minutes later I was fired because the numbers didn't work. It wasn't I didn't do anything wrong. We just don't have the money to pay you. It happens.
It does happen. And I think it's just, because it's happening at such scale right now, I think it is an easy target for people to pull out the individual stories, which I get. It does stink. It stinks in the private sector as well as the public sector anytime this happens. But because you're right, we have so many employees of the federal government living right in this area. It feels frequent and it feels at such scale here.
Yeah. And but then again, on the flip side of that, a lot of people who've been working for the federal government have had it pretty nice, and going back to work. I don't want to go back to the office. I want to stay right where I am. It's been pretty nice. The gravy train has happened, and a lot of that happened from COVID and stuff. And I've shared this story before, and I shared it on the air when my wife, who retires today, worked for the federal government. At the end of their fiscal year, whatever, they had to spend tons of money and buy things they didn't need. And I'm like, why don't you just give the money back? And she goes, because we won't get it back. And
that is the craziest thing about governments and budgets. I would love to see that the way they do things change. I would rather see the least you spend of your budget. You'll still get your full amount if you need it the following year, but you get an award for as much as you save your taxpayers each year. The fact that, I don't understand that whole why we got into that mindset at all, and maybe when you don't spend it all the one year, you do reevaluate and see, well, we may not need it all the next year either, but we'll still count on it. But, there is some rebate or something that goes back to the taxpayers. But it happens you see it. Most governments finish their calendar year. It's not a calendar year, it's a fiscal year. So it finishes June 30. You can tell April, May, and June, they're doing every project, excess projects. They're planting trees extra, or they're buying extra. It's crazy. It's nuts.
Yep. And I don't, it's hard because it's, you go back to the picture of the Obama, budget or continuing resolution was like 20,000 pages long. It's ridiculous. But that's why we are where we are today. So, hopefully they'll get it fixed. And I know it's ripping the Band-Aid off a lot of people, and hopefully that, as they said, build back better. Maybe we should be able to do that. I think that was a Biden thing, build back better. Maybe we can do that for real this time. So,
well, I really hope so. I think, again, there's so many things coming. It's like drinking from a fire hose right now with all the things that are happening, and people are cherry picking certain things, to be upset about. And I get it. I do. I believe that if we get a little bit further away from where the grenade dropped, that things will start to work its way out. The economy itself takes a little time to right itself, but once it does, I do believe we'll be on a trajectory similar to what we were on right before the pandemic. Which was, I was having the greatest year ever leading up to the pandemic. Things were awesome, and we just have to give it a little time, I think.
Yeah. Yep, I agree. All right, on to the news. Lots of stuff going on. A new 3-year contract has been signed by the Career Firefighters Association, Local 3666, and County Executive Jessica Fitzwater agreed on Tuesday night to have it covers more than 550 members of the association. Not a whole lot of details. The union members have ratified that agreement, so we are good to go there. Howard County is close. This is good news. They're close, and they have closed. They have closed a 1975 homicide of Roseanne Sturts, a case that remained cold until the detectives recovered. I need my glasses. I'm sorry. Recovered lost evidence that implicated a man who was already serving a life sentence in prison for committing other murders during that period of time. Charles William Davis Jr. has been incarcerated in Jessup since 1978. In 2024, cold case detectives unearthed an audio recording from 1981 of HCPD, Howard County Police Department detectives interviewing Davis, in which he provided details of her murder. They also recovered a letter from the state's attorney of Howard County, at that time giving Davis full immunity from prosecution to discuss the case. So that is good news that they were finally able to close that and give the family members some closure, which is always a good thing. Now, this might affect you a little bit. I don't know. Plans for an annexation of Frederick County land surrounded by the city of Frederick to move forward. The City Planning Commission unanimously recommended both annexing 72 acres for low-density housing, somewhere between 186 and 265 residential units, and a development project called High Glen out on Yellow Springs Road. So whether or not that will go forward, does the city need to annex more land? Will it be good for the coffers of the city of Frederick, or will it be not so good for the city of Frederick and more houses?
Yeah, I'm going to have to look at where that is, Yellow Springs Road. It's not that, I mean, it is where I am. I'm right off Yellow Springs Road, but I'm trying to, because I know Kellerton takes up a little bit of Yellow Springs Road. So I'm wondering, is it where the Yellow Springs, I don't think there's enough land there where the elementary school is that they're going to be tearing down? Or...
Well, the map that I see here doesn't really give. It's like right beside Christopher's Crossing and Yellow Springs. So it's right there, Yellow Springs and Christopher's Crossing. There's Pedigree Street, Wren Alley.
That's where I live. That's my development. But I'm trying to think where the extra land is, because that's all Kellerton, unless I wonder if it is right across the street from me.
There you go.
That's what it is. It is right across the street where Osherman has a property, and that's it. Okay. Oh, okay. Gosh. Wow.
So now you're affected by it a little bit.
Well, yeah.
Yeah. Finally, James Corson. We need to get him somehow on the show. He's my new best friend. He has won his second Jeopardy match on Wednesday's show, increasing his 2-day winnings of $70,800. All three contestants on Wednesday episode correctly answered the final Jeopardy question about Mary Shelley. Corson finished in first with his match of $28,800. He had $42,000 in his first match, so he will take on two new contestants on tonight's episode of Jeopardy, which airs at 7:30 on Channel 7. So there
Smarty
you go.
Pants.
Yeah, right? I mean, way smarter than me. So I can do, it depends. Like if they do, 70s and 80s music, I'm in it. But, if they do biochemistry for 100, Alex, or I'm sorry, not Alex, who's no longer there, but yeah. So I know he knows what he's already won. He knows everything that's happened because, these shows are taped. So he's probably not able to say anything yet, though. So there you go.
Yeah.
Sports yesterday. Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Go ahead.
No, I was just going to say, sad day for the Middletown Knights out there. They lost their 2A state semifinals. They fell short for the second consecutive year. They got beat by Newtown by a score of 82-74. Newtown really has not lost to any public schools this year. They'll face number 3 seed Largo in the state championship. The Commanders re-upping veteran quarterback Marcus Mariota to back up Jaden Daniels in the offensive rookie of the year second NFL season, and signing a pair of players to fill a couple holes. They've got cornerback Jonathan Jones and defensive tackle Eddie Goldman, according to a person familiar with the deals, and a player for the Baltimore Ravens says it's time to just kind of say, I'm done. Defensive lineman Michael Pierce says that he's retiring after 9 years.
Wow.
So, there you go.
Yep, that's what happened.
Weather out there, not too shabby. 42 right now. Looks like it could be a very nice day. 63 for a high on Friday under sunny skies. Maybe a few clouds on Saturday. 74 for your high, low of 62. Maybe some rain on Sunday, high 71 for the Builders Association. They've got their home show starting on Saturday going into Sunday as you head back to work. Just a few clouds on Monday and a high of 58. There you go.
I love it. I love it so much. Well, this weekend, I'm going to make my effort to go stop by Callahan's. Got a facelift from Gordon Ramsay. They're saying the show won't air maybe until next year, but the place has been packed. I don't know how much I like my local watering hole getting so much attention, but I'm dying to see. There have been hardly any photos. So they finally posted a photo on their socials yesterday of what the main dining room looks like. I am dying to know if they did anything to the bar area or that middle area of the dining area. So I'm going to go scope it out this weekend because I have
There
a
you
friend in
go.
Martinsburg who's been saying, get over there. I want to see it. So
There you
but,
go.
looks like they're doing pretty well.
It's funny because I've been to some of these, like not necessarily Gordon Ramsay's, but we've gone to some diners, dive-ins, and drive places that we go around the country, or somewhere, and we've been to some of them, and they're like, that looks a lot bigger on TV. It just really, it looks better, it looks bigger, and then you get there and you're like, oh my gosh, look at this place. So, well, we all know Callahan's has been a place for a lot of Frederictonians to go for many, many years. I used to know one of the owners. I just don't think he owns it anymore. I'm not sure. So,
yeah, well, I know that recently one of the most recent owners passed away. I think his daughter and someone else are running it. But anyway, I used to work there when I was I think 19 when it was a crab house. So
there you go.
Yeah, so I'm interested to get over there. But anyway, we'll check that out this weekend as well. All right, have a great afternoon. I guess I will see you tomorrow to wrap up.
Yes, you will.
All right.
Yes, you will. All right. Have a great day. It's I was going to say it's the Morning News Express, but it's not. It's Good Morning Frederick.
That too. It's all
See ya.
Bye. All right. Oh God, this system is driving me crazy. I wish I could just keep it the way it was. Oh, I'm not good with change with technology. I got to pour myself into it. All right. We're going to take a quick break. Then we're going to be back. We've got Terri and Rhonda from Lifting the Veil podcast and our local mediums. We've got Dani Adams, the FCBIA executive officer, talking 50th annual Home and Garden Expo. And of course, I'm going to come back with a highlight of some of your local events. Let's see if we can get through this.
Cosmic Healing handcrafted small batch tinctures and transdermal salves. Double third-party tested for quality you can trust. If you've got pain, headaches, or anxiety, our products are here to help you find relief. Patient over profits mindset, 'cause we're patients too. CosmicHealing.com.
Real estate goddess, yeah. She's the one to get you there. Homes and dreams are perfect, yeah. Shining finally beyond compare.
There's no more essential piece of jewelry than your wedding band, and Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend is the best time to get one. Enjoy the area's largest selection of quality, made-to-last wedding bands in every price range and style, and all on sale. Save an extra $100 on your purchase when you book an appointment, and take advantage of our special financing options. Colonial Jewelers Wedding Band Weekend, March 20th through 22nd. The Colonial Jewelers box. There's just more in it.
Travel better with Antietam World Travel Service, your gateway to worry-free journeys. With their extensive network, unmatched experience, and personalized services, you can explore the world with confidence and ease. When you work with Antietam World Travel Service, you get convenience, experience, and connections. Go to AntietamTravel.com now and get started on your dream vacation. All right. Okay, that worked. That's good. That's good. We're making improvements. All right, let's talk about what's happening in Frederick. Happening in Frederick is sponsored by Taco Bar in Frederick and Taquito in Hagerstown. And of course, Taco Bar in Gaithersburg. I got to write down. I got to add Gaithersburg to their open. Yes, Gaithersburg is reopened on Russell Avenue. All great, authentic Mexican food, high quality, affordable pricing. Taquito does have the drive-through experience right in Hagerstown. Visit Taco Bar in West Point Plaza right here in Frederick. Go to tacobar1.com or taquitobytacobar.com for all the info. and to check out everything that's going on there. Okay, let's see what is happening in Frederick. Again, to see all of the events, click on the link in the description of the video you're watching right now, or you can go to promocircus.com, click on Everything Frederick Live, and then calendar of events. All right, we've still got Bites and Bevs going on this week, finishing up on the 15th, which is Saturday. Go to bitesandbevfrederick.com. This is collab week, and check out the menus and make a reservation. The Unity campaign is going on through March 19th. Then tonight is a second chance for you to see Boomtown, The Story of Frederick, Part 1 at Warehouse Cinemas. The showings are 5, 6, and 7:15. You have to buy your tickets through Boomtown Social, so go to Boomtown Frederick on Facebook, and the links will be there for you, or Instagram. Tomorrow evening, 5 p.m., Shamrock Lucky Bingo happening at the Elks Lodge on Willowdale Drive. It benefits the American Cancer Society and Relay for Life of Frederick County. On Saturday, come to the home of Everything Frederick. We're going to have some really cool stuff. Shannon from the Healing Storm is going to be doing free chair massages. And I know she's going to have a lot of other stuff going on. I'm going to be out there as well with some discounts on our St. Patrick's Day merch and other goodies that we have at the shop. Also, Helping Hands and Caring Hearts is going to give me some things they are giving away for free. So last time she had leggings and some makeup and things like that. So feel free to come by for that as well. And then this weekend, the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo. We're going to talk with Dani Adams coming up here soon about that. On the 15th from 1 to 4 p.m. I forgot to put it on here, but it is a job fair at the fairgrounds at the Home and Garden Expo. So if you know of anybody who has been laid off and is looking for work, have them go by. The getting in free. It's free to get into the Home and Garden Expo at the fairgrounds. And there's also the Maple Syrup Festival happening at Cunningham Falls State Park. On the 18th is the Arch groundbreaking right at 125 East All Saints Street. And the 19th is the Spring Sip and Paint at the home of Everything Frederick. Now, $10 from every ticket is going to go to Wags for Hope. So come on by, have some fun. Let's have some drinks and some snacks. Join me for that. March 27th is the Craft of Brand Personality, and that is a presentation from High Rock. It is at 10th Ward, and if you're looking for something that's really informative, I suggest you go. It's going to be great. On the 28th, it is the second annual Battle for South Mountain. It's the basketball game at Brunswick High School. Proceeds benefit the Frederick Mental Health Association. On March 29th, at 8 to 4 p.m., it is how to turkey hunt and trout fishing for kids 6 to 17 years old. If you have kids or grandkids, or you know anybody who wants to get their kids into the outdoors, tell them about this event. It's at the Catoctin Fish and Game in Myersville, and I think it'll be a great day. From 11 to 1 on that day is also the Seton Center 5K. It's a run and walk. It is happening at Mount St. Mary's. April 1st is the 1-year anniversary of Good Morning Frederick. We're going to have some big things happening. We would love for you to be a part of it. Details will be coming soon on how you can join the show. And on April 12th, there's a disc golf tournament, benefits the Seton Center. That looks like a lot of fun as well. Then the week of the 14th, I am doing a county-wide Good Morning Frederick egg hunt for adults. About 300 eggs are going to be hidden around the county. You're going to get hints. You're going to have to like the Good Morning Frederick Facebook page to be informed. But prizes include $500 cash, 100 Maryland Lottery scratch-offs to one winner, and gift cards and tons of other prizes. We've got people like McClintock, Intense Barbecue. So far, I can't even think. I'm going to have to get all the different people who who are going to give prizes for that. But we have a lot of our advertisers and sponsors and supporters and local businesses putting in some prizing for that. And I've got tons of things too. Good Morning Frederick gear and merch that will be part of that. April 19th to 26th is the Thermont Restaurant Week. And April 24th is SHIP's annual lip sync battle. And if you want to put in a team, you got to do that now. Go to shipfrederick.com. And on the 26th is Andrea's House Rise and Renew Gala that supports an amazing organization as well. So many great things happening in Frederick. If you have an event you want included on the calendar, or if I've missed something you think we should be talking about, email it to everythingfredericklive@gmail.com. All right, we're going to take one more quick break. Then we're back with Terri and Rhonda from Lifting the Veil podcast. They are local mediums. And then Dani Adams from FCBIA, Frederick County Builder Industry Association. She's the executive officer, and she's talking the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo. And that all comes up just after these quick messages.
This portion of Good Morning Frederick is powered by Ken's Automotive and Transmissions, Total Car Care. Need an oil change or brakes? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can take care of that. How about exhaust or engine work? Ken's Automotive and Transmissions can do that too. No matter what you need for your car, Ken's Automotive and Transmissions is Total Car Care. Go to kenstrans.com to schedule an appointment today.
Dream Free Art, Frederick's first and only splatter room. New location, new beginner-friendly artful shenanigans for all ages. Come fling paint and make a masterpiece in Dream Free Art's splatter room, or join us for a fun and unique art experience. Book your next birthday party, corporate event, date night, or family outing at dreamfreeart.com to unleash your inner artist today. Dream Free Art. Free your creativity.
Yes. And if you're looking for a place to advertise, Good Morning Frederick is awesome, but also you want to diversify. I always recommend to people I work with that the more opportunities you can reach people, the better, and on different frequencies, because, you know, people do a lot of things. They're inundated with a lot of messaging. Well, here's an affordable way to reach thousands of people. It is advertising on the big screen at Warehouse Cinemas. All you have to do is go to warehousecinemas.com/advertising. I've used it. I used it at my previous radio station. I might still be on the big screen right now. So if you see me out there, send me a text or shoot me a message. But yeah, warehousecinemas.com/advertising is a great way to get some additional exposure. Also, of course, I did. Here we go. ANS Construction is a local and award-winning woman and minority-owned business. They're right here in Frederick, servicing Frederick County and surrounding areas. ANS Construction specializes in roofing and siding. They can also take care of your windows and gutters and build you a new patio or deck. Call Sandra, 301-703-2157, or email her info@ansconstruction.net. Remember, as a Good Morning Frederick viewer, you get $750 off any roof or siding replacement, or $50 off any roof repairs, as long as you let Sandra know you saw her on Good Morning Frederick. Here's your opportunity. Screenshot right now. It's like a perfect little business card, so you have all the details, or stop by and see her at the Home and Garden Expo this weekend. And speaking of that, let's move right to Dani Adams, the FCBIA Executive Officer, to talk Home and Garden Expo. Frederick is proud to bring Dani Adams, the Frederick County Builder Industry Association's Executive Officer, woman in charge. Right now, you are in Building 9 getting ready for a huge 50th anniversary weekend. Welcome to Good Morning Frederick.
Thank you, Dani. From one Dani to another, this is an honor.
50 years of the Home and Garden Expo at the Frederick Fairgrounds. That's pretty exciting, pretty good stuff.
Absolutely. I feel like it's not only an important event for ourselves as a trade association, it's an anchor in the community. It's something that it's completely free. It's something that folks can come and meet face to face individuals that could be renters or homeowners or looking to purchase. But comparing goods and services, it's the old-fashioned way of doing things, especially if you're going to invite somebody into your home. But you want to be able to be educated as well. You want to walk away with information that's helpful to you.
Yes, absolutely. And I've been when I lived in Australia, we loved the Home and Garden Expo or the shows because you can first of all learn about new products that are being released, find out how well people know their industry, or ask, like you say, the questions like, "Hey, I've got this happening with my home. What do you recommend?" Those sorts of things. And really, like you say, the face-to-face has a lot of power when you're bringing somebody into your home. Tell me a little bit about how the weekend goes for you guys.
Yeah, thank you for asking. Just a couple of years ago, we expanded the name from a home show to a home and garden expo because we wanted to recognize we should be the ones to provide a lot of the things that could be your garden. It could be having a rain barrel, learning how to assemble it. Why would you do that? We actually have a DIY session that will go on about that, as well as food and plants and real experts that talk about green space, how to make the most of having natural plants in your yard or in your home. So we're really excited about adding that additional component. The building industry is much more green today than it was years ago. So kind of being able to come in, we have Saturday and Sunday. We want folks to come both days, but if you can only make one day, it's from 10 to 5, it's from 9 to 5 on Saturday. We have a big ribbon cutting at 9, so please come. You'll have a bagpiper here. We've got an amazing performer from the Frederick Chorus that will be here singing. And we'll also have County Executive Fitzwater, Mayor O'Connor, and a lot of local dignitaries coming to just open up the show. You can expect not only to walk through 5 buildings of over 150 exhibitors. We've also got Building 8 that has the info sessions, a little garden collection from Rupert Landscaping so that children can plant some seeds, take that away with them.
Cool.
We have entertainment. Coyote is always a hit, and Pirate Magic will be going on. But we have food trucks. If you're going to be here, we want to make sure you get fed too. So everything from hot dogs and hamburgers to barbecue, pretzels, it's all going to be here as well. So that way you can stay the day, enjoy the entire day here. I think that's important. So Sunday hours are going to be a little bit later. We're going to do from 10 to 4 on Sunday. So, and it is indoors. So come rain or sunshine, whether you're coming out of the wind or the heat or the snow, whatever it may be.
Because this is Maryland. You never know.
Maryland. So we're indoors. So you can, go between buildings and have that comfort of shelter as well.
Yeah, 150 exhibitors, that's humongous. And I know many of the exhibitors that you have year in and year out who I know get, a ton of opportunity through something like this. Tell me a little bit about the overarching association, FCBIA.
Yes.
What do you guys do when you're not doing the Home and Garden Expo?
Oh, thank you for asking. Yes, we're a trade association. So our members, if you think about who builds communities, so we have certainly the skilled trades, we have engineers, builders, developers. We have different components to our trade association that we feel adds value to the community as well as the individual employer member. We have a professional women in building council that works to mentor to other women in the community, young, old, whatever their age is, that would like to be in the building industry. We also have a land use council. So, Frederick County is growing faster than any other county in Maryland. So we sit on a lot of work groups that look at the land planning with the county staff or different municipalities and their leadership to test things. What's it going to look like? Where should it be? How do we preserve the agriculture while we can still be able to create housing? So what's the balance to that? So we're very engaged. We have a multifamily council and then a young professional. And the Young Professional Builders Council is important because How do you pass along institutional knowledge? How do you build relationships in a particular industry? And we really feel like that gives them an opportunity to be the next generation of leaders, not only in our industry, but in our community. So it's a great program.
Absolutely. Now, if somebody is watching right now and they're not part of the organization, how can someone who's in this kind of realm with you guys, how do they join?
They could contact me. I'd be happy to talk to them about what exactly would be the purpose of joining. Is it a good fit for them? And then be able to find opportunities throughout the year. We have events every single month. This happens to be a really large one, but we do have ways for our members to engage throughout the year.
That's amazing. Well, we look forward to coming out to the Frederick Fairgrounds this Saturday and Sunday for the 50th annual Home and Garden Expo and checking out all the great booths that you guys have put together in all those buildings taking over the fairgrounds this weekend. I absolutely love it. Thank you so much for joining us today, Dani, and we look forward to seeing you out there.
Yeah. Can I plug one more thing?
Absolutely.
Okay. Really important because we have so many individuals either unemployed or underemployed. We have a job fair with Workforce Services on Saturday, 1 to 4, Building 7. So please come and check it out. Stay and meet all the other employers that are exhibitors too. But that's a very intentional way to connect with employers who have jobs right there lined up and ready to go.
I love that. Well, we'll start talking about it on the show this week as well to let people know. So from 1 to 4 p.m. on Saturday, you can meet potential employers and hopefully get a job on the spot if you need it, or certainly at least let your intentions known. And yeah, that's really, really great.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Absolutely. Yes. So that is with Workforce Services. So I'm going to guess that it will cover all industries, that job fair. But if you know anybody who's looking for work, have them stop by there. All right. We're going to get right to it. Terri and Rhonda have a podcast called Lifting the Veil. And I sat down with them to find out what it's like to be a medium or open to the sorts of things that they are. And here they are.
Home of everything, Frederick, 401 North Market Street. And I am with Terri and Rhonda. I had the pleasure of meeting you guys at the radio station where you guys actually record a podcast. And you've been doing that for a long time.
Yes.
And describe exactly the terminology you prefer for people to describe you and your gifts that you have.
Psychic medium,
Okay.
spiritualist, and paranormalist is what I go by.
Yeah.
Because I'm do mostly like the paranormal stuff too, but I do psychic readings and mediumship
Yeah. You have been doing this for how long?
part-time since 1987, and then 2010 I went full-time.
Okay. And for you, Rhonda?
You mean readings?
Yeah.
As a business type thing, I guess. It's been what, about 4 years, something like that.
When you say with the paranormal, I know you like to do a lot of that. You go and travel to places. Was that always kind of one of the things you enjoyed doing? Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
That's her thing. I like it once in a while, but it gets boring for me. I think it's boring.
Okay. Okay. Well,
But,
what
yeah.
do you love about that?
Well, I love teaching it. When I was reawakened, about 25 years ago, something like that, it scared me. I was frightened when I was little, but it really scared me when I was reawakened because they were like, woo, very intense. So I decided to educate myself so I wouldn't be afraid. And that's my motto then. That's why I got into the paranormal business, because if I was afraid, other people were afraid. And, that's why I'm here now. And of course, then I met Terri and she's like, well, listen, if you can see him, you can talk to him. So start talking to him. So I did.
She doesn't seem to take no crap, right?
No, I'm an Aries, so I'm an Aries and Scorpio rising, so.
Oh, wow. Yes, and for sure you don't take no crap.
Oh,
You
no.
just get right to it.
Oh, blunt. Blunt force.
But I mean, I think that is very true. I think we fear the things we don't understand. And if you can bridge that gap, whether in paranormal activity or just anything, when you can explain them, I think it does help for people to live in peace and calm amongst, I guess, all of this. What is it like for each of you throughout the day? Do you get like, are you constantly bombarded? You're able to kind of partition your brain so you shut it off and you turn it on when you want.
I shut it off.
Yeah.
Or else I'd probably be in an asylum right now. I mean, actually, that's what happened to me when I was 27. I didn't go into an asylum, but the ship hit the fan when I was 27, and I started seeing spirit everywhere, but they wouldn't talk to me. They would just stand there and stare at me. So I thought, okay. And then they started coming into my body, like, you know, almost like trance stuff. And that scared the crap out of me. So I decided, okay, I'm either going to go into an asylum or I'm going to go talk to a medium. So I decided to talk to a medium, and she told me, you're opening up and you just need to allow it, and you need to talk to them, and they're there for a reason. They want something from you. So
Yeah.
and see, but I turned it off.
Yeah.
You talked to a medium and she told you to, and then
Mm-hmm.
when I met you, and then you I didn't work with her. I didn't work with her though. She was in town for a short period of time and took off. So, but you gave me the same advice though. Yeah, you can see them, talk to them.
Yeah.
Just like that. If you can see them, talk to them.
I'm assuming, does this bring you comfort when you're able to help other people to feel better or
Why do it?
understand? Yeah. Yeah, I would imagine that the gift that you guys have for people who, especially those who are grieving or in that state of unknown, for you guys to be able to kind of communicate for people. That's amazing. What has been, do you have kind of like a top 3 times that you've spoken to somebody or helped somebody or helps? I know you do. You do crime stuff too, right?
Well, we both have.
Yeah. Yeah, which I can imagine is really unreal.
It's kind of interesting. It's more interesting than investigating. It is a haunted house or something though, because you know, when I first started, when I was younger, I tried to get into the body of the perpetrator. Oh boy. And that didn't work very long. That was really horrible. So
I bet.
Yeah, that I decided I wasn't going to do that.
Yeah. That was
Yeah.
I think that would just mess with your brain so much.
Yeah, but I thought, you know, well, maybe I can find out who they are by doing that.
Eh, Not so,
No, it was really bad.
yeah.
But when I was young, I and I know you did too, experimented with a lot of stuff that probably wasn't right. The right thing to experiment. Things like that when I was a kid. You know, yeah, but I didn't use Ouija boards when I started working. No, I didn't either, but when I was a kid, I did, and I played with them like I wasn't open enough, and then I had to open it up even more.
Yeah.
But, you know, they're sold as a toy,
Yeah.
and they are not a toy. They're perfectly fine to use if you know how to use them. If used properly. Right.
Yeah.
They're a good.
How frightening though that is, if there is a child like you were who is open and doesn't really realize it, what could that invite? I'm imagining not some great things.
Well, let's put it this way. Well, if you're using it in your home, then a portal opens in your home, and that's a doorway to, you know, purgatory or whatever you want to call it, then, you know, the 4th dimension. And that allows all kinds of negative stuff to come through.
Right.
And as it is, people like us are portals anyway. We're essentially walking portals.
Right.
So, and then you know, I just opened it up even bigger. So yeah, I slept with the blanket over my head.
Did you?
And waited for the sun to rise before I could fall asleep.
Oh. Wow.
And I lived near a battlefield, so
Oh, there
bonus.
you were. Yeah, but it's built right in. You got stuff built right in. How do you stop that once it happens? Are you able to?
I can't stop it once it starts, but I can stop it before it starts.
Right. Gotcha.
You know, like if someone comes up to me and says, "Oh, do you see anybody around me?" And I'm like, "Oh," because that's when the door opens and
Yeah.
and I'm like, "Don't ask me that question."
Yeah.
But usually I can just go through life like sort of like this,
Yeah. Closed off.
and I kind of have to.
Yeah, of course.
And if I see anything, I just ignore it.
Yeah.
You know.
Now you guys will do one-on-one readings with people. They can reach out, and we'll make sure your contact details are on screen for our viewers. And but have there been any moments in your career thus far where you felt just really amazing about your gift that you were able to give people?
The biggest,
funny.
the biggest compliment that I got just a few months ago was somebody that I had been working with, and she said, she said, "I've been going to see a therapist for 10 years. I came and saw you in 1 hour. You helped me more."
I've had someone say the exact same thing.
Wow.
But, and I'm not saying that you should stop seeing a therapist if you need one.
Yeah.
No. But, I helped her too, and she still sees her therapist.
Yeah.
And I advised her to do that.
Yeah.
But, that was a great compliment to me. It really was.
Well, my favorite one, it's in my book that I have out. It's this woman brought her husband to circle, and I don't get men at circles very often. For some reason, you guys are a little scared of us. Anyway, so she asked to bring him. I said, sure, fine, And I didn't know this, but his dad had passed when he was 12. I didn't know this. And so his dad came through, and I'm like, oh, I said, your father's filling up the whole room. And he's saying, and then I said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you. And he started crying. And he said, how many times did you say that? And I said, 4. And he said, my father stood at the front door and said, I love you, I love you, I love you, I love you to each of us before he left, and he got killed in a car accident.
Oh, wow.
So to me, that was like the most moving, because that really changed his life.
Well, I'm sure. Yeah. Your podcast, tell us a little bit about it. What types of things do you guys cover in your podcast?
Oh, everything.
Anything and everything.
We do a lot of like questions.
Is there a most haunted place around here in Frederick?
Well, now, not far from here, there were 2 men that were drawn and quartered for horse thievery.
Is it haunted though? Is it haunted?
Well, Frederick really doesn't give me a chance to investigate. I mean, we do mostly private businesses and homes. And
oh, so people will contact you because they have things.
Oh, yeah.
I mean, everybody knows that the Civil War hospital place down here on Patrick is haunted. That's been, investigated. I did an investigation in a farmhouse not too far from here that was very haunted, like extremely haunted.
Wow.
But yeah, I think the homes are more haunted than
I've had activity in my house, and you do too everywhere you go, but they follow us.
Yeah.
They come, they'll see your light on. They're like, hey, 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 hey. And I'm like, no. I'm off the clock.
Yeah. Well,
Leave me alone. And besides, who do you want to contact? I'm not going to just go. That happened to me recently. I had a dream about an old boyfriend, but he looked like him, but kind of didn't look like him because he had reddish hair. And I'm thinking, oh my God, he died, and now he's going to pester me. So I went and looked. He has not died. I went on Facebook and found information, found that he has, a daughter, and I went on hers. I thought, well, maybe, she said he died. Her brother.
Oh, wow.
And when he showed me, and he came to me in a dream, when he showed me, he was at this table with a bunch of food, like a diner, different types of food. And I saw on there that his obituary, they said that he loved to eat. That was one of his things. So I'm like, and then he pestered me and pestered me and pestered me. I'm like, listen, I don't want to contact my ex-boyfriend.
Yeah.
I haven't yet. He's left me alone so far. So
yeah,
we'll see. But
so will they do that? Will they maybe move to somebody else or just get?
I'm hoping. But see, he knows that I can
have
contact
your connection. Do you find that? Do you feel like there's more young people now that are gifted than before, or just more that are open to being?
I think more that you know about. It's more common to talk about it because when I was a kid, you didn't talk about it,
Right.
you know, and yeah, it didn't feel safe talking about it
Yeah.
at all. So
And there wasn't
changes.
a lot of mentorship out there either.
That's true.
Even when I reawakened back in the 1990s, you know, I had to search for books. I found Sylvia Brown, and she helped me out a lot.
I
But
remember
you
her.
kept going, you know, I kept, you know, finding more groups and metaphysical stores and things like that.
Yeah. Now, you guys said something really interesting to me when we met, how you go and scope out other people who say that they are also mediums or psychics and confirm or deny whether that is true.
Well, we don't actually go and scope them out, but if we see one, we'll go ahead and I mean, because we like to be read too. We
Yeah.
want a reading,
Oh, yeah.
you know.
We were mainly talking about the gypsies that have
Right.
the
Yeah.
hands on the side of the road,
Right.
you know, because we always suggest you don't go to them.
Yeah.
Well, one of my clients, she took her colleagues out for a girls' night, and they found a $10 psychic, and they said, all right, we'll go get a reading. But she told everybody, she says, don't pay them any more than the $10.
Right.
Get your reading and we'll go. One of them, the psychic, scared her enough to go into her 401k and pull out thousands of dollars to pay her to get this attachment off of her.
See, that's
Oh,
what gives us a bad name
Right.
because we don't do that.
yeah. Yeah.
And we have seen people that have attachments, but we don't go charging them thousands of dollars or even hundreds of dollars.
Yeah, no.
We teach them how to take care of it themselves.
Yeah. Where can people can find it on all the platforms, right?
We have a
Okay.
Facebook page.
We are coming together again to do healing now, spiritual healing.
Okay.
So we're booking up. We're actually pretty much
We're booked for March.
Yeah. So I do Reiki because I'm a Reiki master and teacher, and I teach and certify people that.
I go into the past lives of the person and to see where they have blockages in their body, that they're holding on to emotional blockages. And that's when Rhonda goes over and releases it for them.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not, you don't get pretty stories because usually it's traumatic.
Yeah, I guess for the blockages. Right?
Yeah.
I would imagine afterward the relief that somebody probably feels.
Yeah.
Or they may not even be aware of it, just, you know, a difference. That's really great.
It's funny though, because I have done these, you know, over the last few years, and people will say, that makes perfect sense. I know exactly what you're talking about.
Wow.
You know, and it really does free them.
This is fascinating. I could talk to you guys forever about it. I think it's amazing, the gifts that you guys have and that you're using them to help people on both sides, really, to heal or at least have some sort of closure or understanding, you know, and I know I'm sure it can probably be annoying. Yeah. But the fact that you guys are there is really comforting, I think, for people to know. So we appreciate all you do for people here. Yeah, look forward to some of your public events. Maybe we can do some stuff with that, and maybe I'll get our viewers to ask some questions. If you have questions for Terri and Rhonda, message me and I will get them to them, and we'll do another one of these coming up soon because I'm sure people have a ton of questions.
Oh yeah.
We're here to help.
Always open to questions.
Even we do charge for readings and things like that in our classes, but both of us will do paranormal investigations, and we don't charge for that.
All right. Well, I'm going to make sure all their details are on screen. We got Terri and Rhonda. Fascinating. And I know we're going to have you guys back because this is so great. All right.
Well, thanks for having us on.
All right. I want to thank Terri and Rhonda. Very, very interesting. And I just very always curious about that sort of stuff. All right. We thank you for watching Good Morning Frederick. We're on every weekday at 9 a.m. or you can watch anytime on YouTube. If you can't get to us at 9, it's okay. Let's get out there, Frederick. And, as always, let's be great because we are great. Have an awesome day. See you.